Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for February 5th. Here are the key risks shaping today's session. Active web traffic hijacking against NGINX infrastructure, critical n8n automation flaws with public exploits, and renewed ransomware pressure on edge and virtualization systems, alongside a notable espionage campaign in Southeast Asia. Researchers detail an ongoing campaign compromising NGINX servers and management panels to silently reroute web sessions through attacker-controlled infrastructure. The activity, seen alongside abuse of the recent React to Shell bug, plants malicious NGINX configurations that persist and capture or redirect traffic at the reverse proxy layer. It's a high-impact position because one poisoned gateway can influence many downstream applications, payments, and identity flows. Turning to vulnerabilities, the open-source n8n workflow automation platform faces multiple critical issues that allow command execution and escape from intended sandboxes, with proof of concept and public exploit code already circulating. The flaw chain reportedly bypasses earlier mitigations and touches the very connectors, API keys, and tokens that n8n orchestrates, making this a cloud integration and data exposure risk, not just a server-side bug. On the ransomware front, CISA says threat actors are now exploiting a high-severity VMware ESXi flaw in real attacks, moving from zero-day use into broader campaigns. Separately, researchers highlight quiet updates to the known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, noting many newly emphasized items target network edge devices, the internet-facing gear that operators use for initial access and lateral movement. The pattern is clear. Perimeter appliances and virtualization hosts remain prime targets for playbooks focused on speed and disruption. As an added patching note, the agency also ordered government teams to remediate a 5-year-old GitLab vulnerability that's being actively abused, a reminder that legacy software debt fuels modern intrusions at scale. Meanwhile, Check Point tracks a China-linked cluster dubbed Amaranth Dragon, using a WinRAR archive vulnerability to spy on government and law enforcement networks across Southeast Asia. The campaign underscores how commonplace file tools can anchor quiet, long-running access. Classic cyber espionage tradecraft with low-profile delivery and regional focus. Looking ahead, expect more telemetry on the NGINX hijacking wave and follow-on guidance for configuration integrity. Watch for n8n update adoption, continued probing of ESXi environments, and stepped-up scanning against older GitLab instances, while the Amaranth Dragon activity suggests more archive lure phishing and targeted collection. For today, keep an eye on reverse proxies and web gateways, and stay vigilant as these threats evolve. Workflow automation and integration platforms, virtualization clusters and hypervisors, and developer platforms like GitLab. You should also watch identity and access paths that sit behind those layers. Machine credentials, API tokens, and session cookies exposed by misrouted traffic. The takeaway: attackers are steering traffic and abusing orchestration tiers to amplify access, while ransomware operators double down on the edge. Calm, disciplined patching and configuration hygiene at these choke points will decide how much blast radius they can claim. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.